in between. Okay, so now I would like to share my presentation. Just 1 minute. Yeah, can you see my presentation?
No, ma'am.
Okay. What happened?
Madam, first you have to click this share screen.
I did that.
And then you have to select that particular PowerPoint.
I did that. Maybe Dr. Mehra, can you come, or anybody, Sangeeta? I did that.
Okay, I'll come.
Maybe I'm not co-host. That is why I'm not able to share.
Yes, ma'am. You need to be co-host for sharing.
Yeah, maybe that's the issue. Dr. Mehra, will you make me co-host, please?
Okay, ma'am.
Maybe that's why it's not sharing.
I think, ma'am, without co-host also we can share anytime. Anybody can share the screen. But, let us look.
Okay. Maybe I'm not co-host. You can try this.
इसको ये वाला मैडम इसको select कर लीजिए.
It's really easy. They can do it.
अब आया है.
Is it coming now?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
put it on
Yes.
slideshow. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay. Again, a very good morning, and we'll continue with a short session. We have been, of course, talking and discussing on life skills, and in context of personal effectiveness, I would like to continue this session today, a short one. Now, before I start my presentation, I would like to ask you, of course, all of us know water boils at how many degrees? Tell me. Yes? Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
participants.
Yes, madam.
Water boils at?
100 degrees.
Will it boil at 90?
No.
Will it boil at 95?
No.
100.
So what happens when water starts boiling? It becomes steam, isn't it? There is, more
Steam.
power. Engine can steam. Engines also can run. So just a few degrees difference, and you see how much difference it makes. Like in the previous session also we saw between the first winner in the race and the runner-up, there is just a little bit of difference. Okay, and to make that difference, you have to be ready to cross the line. If in case we say with everything in the center, there is something line, there's a, imaginary line. So that's why I've not drawn it. But then you have to be ready. And as I said, of course, all of us are already talented, but a little more, we need to do. We need to go that extra mile. And the moment we cross this line, then you see all the difference will happen in your personality, in your life skills, in you. So just that effort is required. So are you ready to cross the line? Yes?
Yeah, ma'am, definitely.
Yes, definitely. That's
Yes,
nice.
ma'am.
That's a good answer. Okay. Now, so do we need to make a paradigm shift in our lives? Maybe, we have certain habits, or we have learned certain ways, and we need to unlearn certain things. We learn to learn certain things. We need to change our attitudes. So only when we are ready to make this paradigm shift, we are ready to cross that line, then only, as we say, literally miracles can happen in our life. You will see that you are improving day by day. Now this, when we talk about a paradigm shift, about changing ourselves, this change has to start from inside. It cannot be outside. It is inside out. That is why we say our gate of change can only be opened from the inside. Only we have the key to it. No one else can persuade us to change. So you understand? It's only when you take a decision, yes, I am ready to change, then only something can happen. So take that decision, make that choice, and it has to begin inside out. So the best investment you can make is in yourself. That's the best investment. Like we say, we give the example of the iceberg. Of course, technical competency skills are important, but then behavioral competencies are much, much more important. When we talk of being successful in life, we talk about being, happy in life. So the behavioral competencies are, as we say, the technical is the tip of the iceberg, and the bigger one, the portion is below the sea level. Those are our behavioral competencies. And that's what we are working on in this training program. And they're not difficult. And as we say, of course, it's a question of perception. Some of us see an old woman here, some of us see a young girl, but perception is very important. Then this is, of course, again, a very common, example we give, that 6 blind men are there. It's an elephant. If somebody is catching the, the tail, so from his perspective, from his perception, he says it's a rope. Somebody can say it's a wall. So it's not that they are wrong, but then they are saying it from their limited perspective. So this is what happens in life also. Life is based on perception. Perception is
Ma'am, sound is not coming. Hello, ma'am, sound is not coming.
Ma'am, voice is not audible.
Ma'am is offline, I think. That's why.
কাটিস না, কাটা ভালো না।
Chintan sir? Chintan sir, can you hear me? You're host also, so you can please accept others to join again. I think it is because they're offline, maybe network issue, so they cannot join again directly, or we all should leave and again rejoin. Guys, participants. Can you hear me, everyone? I think we need to rejoin again. Like,
Yeah, because light is not here. Maybe that's why. In
yeah,
IRA, light is not here.
yeah. So we rejoin again. We should rejoin. I think this will be.
Sorry, we had some problem in the internet, and so that is why we all got disconnected. But it is good that you are still there in the meeting. So Madam is joining in a moment, and she will continue her slides. And then we will have the session of Dr. Alka Singh as usual.
Thank you, Varman sir.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome back, madam. So please continue, madam. Most of the trainees were there, and madam, please unmute yourself.
Is my presentation showing, or I have to share that again?
You have to share it again, madam.
Okay. Video. Escape this. Okay, now can you hear me and see the presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, there was a technical problem. The power went off, and I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
Anyway, so we'll come back to, we were talking about perception. Perception being very important if we have to bring about, a paradigm shift, a paradigm change in us, and we have to change the lens through which we are looking. So life, as we say, is based on perception. Perception is based on our opinions. Opinion is based on thought. Please unmute yourself. Thoughts come from the mind. Change your mind, you change your life. Now, see this, what is there in the first two lines. All of us think we see the world as it is. But the fact is, how do we see the world? We see the world as there is no reality. It's only perception. And of course, you can always choose to perceive things differently. You have to identify the filters and lens through which you view the world. Like we saw in the case of, the 6 blind men and the elephant. So in human beings also, we don't see things as such. Two people see two things, but there is selective perception. Similarly, in our ears also, it's not that somebody is saying something, but we... Please unmute yourself. Who's that? So we have to identify the filters and the lens through which we view the world. Understand? And the good news is that every day we have that choice. Every day we have that choice. We can at any time change the lens and the filters and critically see what are we perceiving. Because same situation, same things will be perceived differently by different human beings. And remember, you are accountable for how you see and interpret the world around you, nobody else. It is from your lens that you are viewing and you are giving meaning to it. So So you are accountable for how you see and interpret the world around it. And we also own the emotions we feel. We are responsible for creating them, and by how we interpret the world, how we perceive situations, how we perceive the world. Always remember this. That is why emotional intelligence, there's a lot of stress these days. Of course, we can have an entire session on this, so I will not go into detail. Only thing what I would like to say is that in case of emotional intelligence, we have to be, there four things. Okay, if you say, first is of course the self. The self is there, so we have to understand the self. This we have done also in the sessions, understanding self. Who am I? Okay. And recognizing our strengths, our weaknesses, recognizing in reality, who am I? Recognizing our emotions, assessing our emotions, being aware of our emotions. Then the second aspect is, of course, self-awareness. Then we have to manage these emotions. Once we are aware of them, we have to manage them. And then it's not only ourselves. Yes, we are recognizing we are self-aware, and we are also doing self-management. But along with this, that we have to be aware of, people and the situation around us also, which we call social awareness. So that means we know ourselves, we try to understand people around us also. Social awareness. We develop the ability to understand others' emotional makeup. Like we have understood our emotional makeup, that is not sufficient. We need to understand the emotional makeup of others also. And then again, like we had said, for ourselves, self-awareness is there, and then we learn to manage our emotions. Similarly, social awareness is there. And here what do? We learn to manage relationships. And here obviously you need proficiency in listening, communication, teamwork, collaboration, conflict management, leadership. All these are important. And of course, empathy, empathetic listening. It's a combination of all these which will lead to emotional intelligence. So this is in short what I have told you. Maybe if there is time, we can go into this issue later on. And then, like we said, we have covered some of the topics in our training already. Some we are going to cover tomorrow. And communication also is a very important part when we talk of emotional intelligence. Communication in terms of interpersonal communication, we have learned to respond and not to react. And another thing we have to notice, 93% of what people take from our communication is non-verbal. So it's not only the words we are saying, it is our body language, it is our voice, it is our tone. So how you say, what you say, that is very important. And at times due to that, there can be conflicts also. Or if we take care of that, we are emotionally intelligent, then we learn to resolve conflicts and we learn to have beautiful relationships, whether at home or in our office or in our college. Now this, like in your childhood, you must have heard this story. There was a person who was selling balloons. We call him Gubbare Wala. So a child, went there and he saw, of course, beautiful colored, balloons flying in the air. The Gubbare Wala had a black balloon also. So he said, Gubbare Wala, jaise bachche bolte hain, will this black balloon also fly high in the sky? So what did he reply? He said, my dear child, the color of the balloon does not make any difference. Who will fly high depends on what is inside the balloon. You get the message here? So what is inside us will decide how happy we are, how successful we are, how is our personality. So we have to develop, right in the beginning I said, from inside out. When this is developed, this personal growth is there, this is going to take us up. Irrespective of, who we are, where we are, all these things don't make a difference. Okay. Okay, then another interesting story again in a childhood. Have you heard the goose that laid golden eggs?
Yes, ma'am.
सोने के अंडे देने वाली मुर्गी सुना था वो?
Yes,
हाँ
ma'am.
मैम.
So now, of course, all of us know that. We've been grown up with that. Now, taking a lesson from that, what I mean to say when we talk of personal effectiveness, see what happened, of course, you know, the farmer and his wife, they were very happy, very excited. Every day the goose was giving, you know, a golden egg. Again, it was giving next week also. But one day there was, you know, greed or whatever, and they thought, you know, like why, and impatience also, why wait for so long? We can, you know, open the stomach and get all the eggs in one go. Of course, they got the golden eggs. But then what happened? What happened after that? There were no eggs after that. The geese also died, isn't it? So a balance is important between production, the results. Getting the golden egg is important in life. But at the same time, taking care of ourselves, taking care of the goose who ultimately is giving the golden eggs. That is also very important, whether it's in terms of stress or it's terms of health or it's terms of building our competencies in different areas. Understand? Any place you have doubt, please tell me. So this is personal effectiveness. Production as well as the production capability, both are important. Now, another important concept when we talk of personal effectiveness is, you know, yesterday we understood also, you know, how to self-awareness, understanding ourselves. We have done Johari's windows also. But self-efficacy, basically what you say, you know, I can do it when we say. When we say I can do it, that means I have belief in my capabilities. I have belief in my competencies that yes, under this situation, I can handle this, I can do this. Okay. Now this, developing this self within ourselves is very, very important. It is very important. Why? Because this influences the choices we make. And as I told you, life is about making the right choices. Also the effort we put in. How much effort are we going to put into it? Otherwise, we will give up in between. We'll quit in between. Then how long we persist when we face obstacles and failures. That is natural in life. There will be obstacles, there will be failure. But here again, we don't give up. We persist, we keep on continuing, we keep on continuing, we keep on putting the effort. And also self-efficacy, it also determines how we feel. Our feelings are also affected. We feel good, we achieve something, we do something. So building our self-efficacy, belief in our own capabilities is very important. So believe in yourself, my dear students. Now this story of the professor, and I will not repeat it. It has been in one of the sessions also, isn't it? The jar was there. So what I mean to say, we have to learn to prioritize here. The question of, you know, like the jar, the professor had the 3 jars. And if you put, you know, big pebbles and then medium pebbles and then sand, we have to decide first of all, which are those big pebbles in life, which are important for us. Do this exercise, decide which are those. It will be based on your values. Is health important for you? What is important for you? Study is important for you. Family important for you. So never ever, as we say, don't fill up the jar first with sand. Otherwise there'll be no places for these big things in life. So learn to prioritize. And again, I will say, only you can change your life. No one else can do it for yourself. Only you. You are responsible, so only you are responsible. And being willing to change allows you to move from a point of view to a viewing point. That means it is more higher, more expansive, more beautiful. And of course, we can always begin this journey. And as I said on the first day in the inauguration also, even if it's a journey of 1,000 miles, it begins with a single step. So why not start after this training or even today? And for that, we have to get out of our comfort zone. At times, you know, our own comfort zone becomes our enemy. We are so comfortable in our old habits, old ways, old place that we feel, you know, we don't want to shake ourselves. But we must realize Once we get out of this, we do something challenging, we make, different choices, then we become comfortable again in another zone. It's not that we will not form another comfort zone. That will also be formed. But first you have to shake yourself out from this comfort zone. You have to form new habits and make a habit of striving for excellence. So the belief, as I said, it's very important. And the best, always believe that the best is yet to come, especially for you young students. You're so much years ahead of you, so much talent you have, so much opportunities will be there. So believe that the best is yet to come. And please repeat, if you can repeat with me, every day,
Every day,
in every way,
In
In every way,
I am getting better and better.
I am
I am getting better and better.
Good. I want to hear more voices, please. I am stronger than my challenges.
I am
I am
stronger
stronger than my challenges.
And my challenges are making me stronger.
And my challenges are making me stronger.
Yes. So these are very powerful phrases. As I told you before in my stress management session also, these auto suggestions, however, they have to be imprinted or embedded into our subconscious, which I told you was 90%. This mental programming is very important. It's not just words we are saying. We have to believe in these words. We have to believe in ourselves. Then only you can see the change in you, and of course, a positive change. So make the most of yourself. You have that spark. All of you have that spark. So fan that spark of possibility within you. Make it into a flame of achievement. Okay. So in the beginning also, I told you, I will conclude here. As I told you, it will be a very short session. With everything, there's a line. And initially you said you would like to cross you're willing to cross the line. And now I would say you're ready to cross the line. With everything, there's a line. On one side of the line is a greater chance to be happy and successful. On the other side, there's less of a chance. And with each line, remember, you have a choice. Every time you have a choice, you just have to cross over the line. A new comfort zone will be formed, and in fact, you can see literally miracles you can see happening. They will be there. So you want to cross the line or you don't? You want the better chance or you settle with lesser chance? I'm sure you want to cross the line. Say yes.
yes,
Yes, let me hear a big, loud
Yes,
yes.
madam.
yes,
Yes, madam.
All of you want to cross that line?
Yes,
ma'am.
Cross the line.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
is the purpose of this training? Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please share the
Thank you,
PPT
ma'am.
if possible.
Yes, yes, of course. And this is on YouTube also.
Enthusiastic PPT, madam, it is.
Uh-huh. And I will ask Dr. Burman. And I'm happy you found it useful. Certainly we'll share. I've prepared it for you. We'll share it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Burman, I made up the time, which
Yes.
I lost in between.
Thank you, madam. There were some disturbances in the morning also because students could not join in time. So we started 9:15 and then the first session got delayed another 15 minutes. So by 10:30 or so, it was over. But again, we had a disturbance, but students were there with us. It is good. The meeting was on. And again, we could join back in 10 minutes time. So it's no problem, madam. It is 11:50,
I'm sorry, I
11:15
delayed
now.
Dr. Alka.
No, madam. We
all are enjoying your motivational part.
Okay, thank you so much. I delayed
At
you
least,
by 10
yeah.
minutes. That is
Thank you,
wonderful.
madam. Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing your thoughts with a beautiful presentation. And we can definitely mail the presentation to the participants later on. And now I welcome Dr. Alka Singh, who is the head division of agricultural economics and also a co-convener of this training. And madam today will cover a topic on reorienting higher education in the context of new education policy 2020. Because we all know that the new education policy, how it is going to be unfolded. And in this context, today you are all postgraduate level, postgraduate students, and some of you are already doing PhD in service. So you had a great role in your coming days. And Madam, it is a very important topic, and she will cover this topic. And I'd like to briefly introduce the today's speaker. Madam did her post-graduation and PhD from J.B. Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, and she was at IRI with us for a long time, and she also is now a head of the division. As before that, even now also, she is a professor of the division. And Madam's area of work is science and technology policy advocacy and agricultural development and policy advocacy, technology evaluation and impact assessment. Madam is also a recipient of ICAR award for Bharat Ratna Dr. C. Subramaniam Award for Outstanding Teachers and IRI Best Teacher. And then she is a visiting fellow of IFPRI USA and also a JICA fellow, Japan Southwest Asia program. And Madam, with this, I welcome you to this session. And I request you to please start the session. And before that, I'd like to request our head of the division, Dr. Premlata Madam, to say a few words.
Of course, you've given a very nice introduction, but then knowing Dr. Alka, we have been colleagues for such a long time, and she's really one of the best, economists at present, you can say, in our country. And in fact, she's brilliant, and I don't know whether I've told her before, her colleagues have also given that feedback or not. So we talked about the importance of feedback. Dr. Alka, some of your colleagues call you